easy, but it's hard. They make it look really easy. Hey, my name is Drake, and I'm the lead pastor of City Church. It's such an honor to be with you here tonight and to celebrate with you on Christmas Eve. So thank you for taking the time to join us. So I don't know, what kind of Christmas traditions you have, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, but I love the opportunity to celebrate this time of year. And man, what really gets me excited is the anticipation around this time. So I don't know if you're a big gift giver, but I love giving gifts. And the anticipation of giving a thoughtful gift, something that's really thought out and you can't wait to see when they open it, and then when they don't give you the face you want, you're discouraged, and you know that feeling? Only me. Great. So I get so excited about the anticipation part of Christmas that my wife Danielle and I and our little boys, we might or might not have celebrated Christmas on December 19th. I might have found enough excuses to let her open presents on the 19th, and so you can judge me if you want. It was awesome. And I don't know where you find yourself on your spiritual journey today, but as we sing songs around the Christmas story and celebrate this evening, I want you to know that the Christmas story itself is one of anticipation. It's one where the Jewish people that we are reading about are anticipating this Messiah. And I don't know, we sing these songs and there's this word Messiah in there, and if you're like me, you sing it and just don't really think much about it. But I thought for the sake of our time together, it would be helpful if we thought about it a little bit. So the word Messiah is the Hebrew word that means rescuer. And so there's this anticipation around the Jewish people of a coming rescuer. And then when we translate that Hebrew word into Greek, so when you read the Christmas story, it's actually written in Greek. So congratulations, you can read Greek, it's pretty cool. And when they translated the Hebrew word Messiah into Greek, it translated Christ. And so when you hear Jesus the Messiah and Jesus Christ, it's not his last name, although sometimes when you stub your toe, it comes out that way. It's actually a title, Jesus the Rescuer. And I want you to just reflect for a moment with me on what it might mean for an entire people group to be anticipating the coming of a rescuer from the darkness around them, from the darkness of the world around them and the circumstances they have no control over, the darkness that they see both around them and inside themselves. And so what I want to do with you on the short moment that I have with you this evening is to fast forward right after the birth of Jesus to Luke chapter 2. Thanks, man. I'm going to beatbox now. So, Luke chapter 2, let me read this for you real quick. I think it'll be on the screen for you. But it says, in the same region that Jesus was born, that there were shepherds out in the field keeping watch over their flock by night. And an angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were filled with great fear. And the angel said to them, "Fear not, for behold, I bring you good news of great joy that will be for all the people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, who is Christ the Lord. And this will be a sign for you. You will find a baby wrapped in swaddling cloth and lying in a manger." So, fast forward to Luke chapter 2. Jesus was just born, and there's some shepherds hanging out in the field. And when you read that, if you're like me, you just say, cool. Some guys in a field watching some sheep. And I don't know about you, but God sends angels to them and invites them to the birth of Jesus. Now, I don't know if you had a baby or not. I've been in the room when a couple have been born, and you don't invite just anybody, right? When a baby's being born, it's like only the important people, right? I mean, I guess you can invite the checkout lady at the Safeway, but that'd be weird, right? So normally you only invite important people. And so I mean, if God is being born in human flesh, you think, okay, who's God going to put on the invite list for baby Jesus being born, right? Okay, we got some important religious leaders probably, maybe some government officials or like local celebrities. But God sends angels to some shepherds in a field. Okay, like maybe they didn't have the gram, they didn't have, texting and Facebook messaging and let everybody know. So maybe this was just the closest people. But there were plenty of people around that night that could have been invited. But God sends angels to these shepherds. And if you're like me, okay, cool, some guys watching sheep. Well, it turns out, I don't know if you knew this, I didn't know this, I found it out recently, that shepherds were not so great of guys, okay? So they hit the same rung of the social ladder with prostitutes thieves, tax collectors, which would steal from the local people, and other sinners in that category. And so they were really, really far down on the social occupation level of people liking them. So they weren't just some shepherds hanging out in a field. They were social outcasts, hated by the majority of the population. So it kind of changes, like, okay, God sent angels to invite not just a bunch of nobodies, but people who are really broken and hated by society and outcast. And if you're like me, you ask the question, why? Like, out of all the people that God could have sent angels to invite them to come and see Jesus, why shepherds? And as I was thinking about that, it occurred to me, this is the core of the Christmas message and story. This is the core of the message of Jesus. And it's this, that God came for those, not for those who didn't think that they needed him, but for those who knew that they did. God came for those who felt the furthest from him, not those who didn't think that they needed him. And this is at the core of the Christmas story. God came as a baby to live a life that you and I couldn't live, to die a death that you and I deserve, and to overcome sin and death for the entire world. It's a big deal. And so as we celebrate and sing these songs and get to take a moment to reflect before we go back to our families this evening, some of you, I think maybe you came here tonight not needing to be convinced that there are dark places in your heart, because if you're like me, you know they're already there. But what you need to hear is that there is a way of rescue. Not to hear that you're a bad person or for someone to point fingers at you, but just to hear simply that Jesus came to rescue us from that darkness on the inside. And so this whole evening is about the greatest gift ever given. And I hope you get to celebrate with family and friends and give gifts and the whole idea. But the gift of rescue from darkness and the gift of new life and a relationship with God, this is what Jesus came to give. And guys, I want you to understand, it's unmerited, undeserved, simply received. And so my encouragement for you and I tonight is this, to receive the gift that Jesus came to bring. You see, a gift implies that it's something that someone purchased for you. You didn't earn it, you didn't deserve it, you simply have to receive it. And at 15 years old for me, I received that gift from Jesus of new life, rescue from darkness. But friends, a gift that is never received is never really yours. And so I simply want you to reflect. Maybe you're here and you say, man, you know what? I want that gift. So how do I get it? You need my P.O. box? Or my address on a card? Like, how are you going to send me this free gift? And there's a word that you see often when it comes to Jesus and what it means to have a relationship with him, and it's faith. And I don't know what you hear when you hear the word faith. I don't know what you walked in with on your spiritual journey tonight. But the word faith sometimes I think gets convoluted and it's weird and it's ethereal and we don't know what to do with it. But faith is a really simple word that just means trust. For example, you have faith in the chair you're sitting in this evening, as well as the ones you're sharing it with that would hold all of you up. You have faith in the car that got you here tonight. Well, most of you did. You have faith in the restaurants that you eat at, right? That you trust them not to poison you. Faith, it's a word that communicates trust and reliability. So some restaurants you won't go back to because you lost faith in them. I was thinking of a couple of those. I don't want to slam any restaurants right now. But here's the deal. Again, the encouragement is to receive the gift. You say, Drake, how do I receive this gift that Jesus came to bring? It's not just a story. It's the most incredible gift ever given, written in human history and active today. And it's this, that you would trust that Jesus is who he said he was. And that he can do what he said he would do. To rescue you and I from darkness. To give us new life and a relationship with God. And so in the privacy of the moment tonight, in your own heart and mind, you don't have to say anything out loud because God is awesome and he can read your thoughts. You can let that mean whatever it needs to mean for you. But in the moment right now, you can simply pray in your heart and mind and say, Jesus, I trust you. I I believe you're who you said you were. And I want you to rescue me. I want to follow you. And in your own words, there's no formula, there's no special concoction. It's simply by trusting in the person of Jesus that you receive the gift of salvation, receiving the gift of new life and rescue. And friends, I hope that you will receive the gift. I'd like to pray for you. Will you bow your heads with me? As we bow our heads, God, I just want to say thank you for the most amazing gift ever given. It's such an honor and a privilege to celebrate that, to remember what it means for Jesus to be born and to grow and to die for us, to rise again so we can have new life. And God, I believe there's people in the room tonight that came in not needing to be convinced of any darkness inside of them, but simply needing to know that there's hope, that there is a way of rescue. And so Jesus, I pray for them tonight, that they would receive the gift. And I pray for every one of us who has already received the gift, God, that we would be so grateful, so overwhelmed with joy and gratitude for that we would not be able to share that gift just with ourselves, but with those around us. It's in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you, guys.